1 week later. Well, that didn't take long. He killed him! Will, how could you? Why did you kill him, Will? What the hell, Will? How could you do this? Got to Bob Barker's game show driving, so we immediately crash because the dead game show host can't be trusted behind the wheel. Wait, Bob Barker is still alive? Please remember, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Rest in peace, Bob Barker. Recently, I read through every single comment on every single YouTube video with the help of some friends, because honestly, some of the things y'all say make me think you should be in a mental hospital. The following is a completely accurate summary of our favorites. Trust me.
Is having a comment featured a good or a bad thing?
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have to watch this. This is so bad.
Dude, you never play this badly. Who taught you how to play? Your mom? You should be sorry.
For the ones who accept him reading all comments of his videos, do it yourself.
Are you allergic to aiming down sights or something?
As a longtime Halo player, yes. The game begins in an overturned car underwater because even 2 seconds into the game, a US Marine can't be trusted behind the wheel.
Hey, well, just wanted to let you know that I personally am a US Marine, and as a matter of fact, some IS Marines can't be trusted behind the wheel of vehicles, thank you very much. Just thought you needed to know since your perception is incorrect.
I hate so much, man. Why the canon ending, dude? You can do that as a segment of the video, not the whole video.
Fucking Jesus came down to kill me.
What's that song at 1750?
Darude Sandstorm.
LMAO. So many bandwagon jumpers, it just makes me sad for humanity. I've been playing this game. It's not the worst game of 2023. It's not a total piece of shit as this person says. Is it a great game? No. Is it far better than these people say? Yes it is. You'd think that no new launch game has ever had any of the issues this guy blathered on about ceaselessly with his outrage, lol. People who say they played it for 30 minutes or an hour just make me laugh. I have not had one problem with the game, not one. I'm sorry that you feel so angry about your personal issues that you needed to make a rant video to jump on the overcrowded bandwagon that has become so apparent with the slew of hate videos. Oh well, you can't fix the outrage gene that so many people suffer from these days. I hope you can overcome your anger issues and find peace in the future.
Battlefield 4 is awesome 2-tie campaign for me.
As someone who's actually had leukemia, I can 100% tell you what I went through during those 3 long-ass years was definitely more fun than what I've been hearing about this game. Oh, hang on, wait, I've got a thing for this.
I'm happy that you beat cancer, buddy.
I'm watching this because I'm doing an essay on my favorite CODs, and I love this vid, but I can't say any of that in my paper.
Of course you can, it's all completely accurate. If your teacher has an issue with that, then have him take it up with me. At least I won't be charging you $70 to watch this video. That way if it sucks, you can just call me names in the comment section for free. Your names!
This video is the worst thing I've ever watched. I can't believe Willie asked him maybe pay $70 for this. The graphics are shit, the storyline's all over the place, animations suck, combat is just bad, the environment in this comment section is so fucking dumb, I want my money back.
Well, except for the mid-credit scene where it's revealed that Fountain's handler is Mr. Wears Sunglasses Indoors guy himself, Wesker, who she decides to turn on only after he announces that the evil thing that she grabbed for him would cause mass casualties, because apparently Ada's just as fucking stupid as Leon and didn't think about this beforehand. Of fucking course Ada's as dumb as Leon. Why do you think she's so obsessed with him? She has to feel smarter than someone.
I felt a kinship with the developers while watching this video. I got distracted by something shiny and gave up halfway through.
I started getting peeved, but then I reread the title. It's a joke. Ha ha ha.
Oh, are you guys playing with mouse and keyboard?
Actually, I just manifest the controls by concentrating really hard.
Oh no, they established a connection to the Veil after all. Now we will have to face devastating consequences, like having to breathe manually sometimes for no reason.
Breathe, character! Get your eyeballs out of your ass!
Get your eyes out of your ass is a terrifying mental image.
Could you have not, I don't know, give an indie game a bit of attention to help the developer? Maybe a game Realist last week. Maybe a one-man developed game called Ill Will. Wants AAA broken games to stop, doesn't give attention to the alternative and just joins the hate money train.
No.
Or boo-hoo, couldn't the nasty dev afford babies shill sponsor money?
Well, you are an amazing human being with how negative you sound.
What are you talking about? I'm a beacon of positivity.
Ever since you console cheated to have higher movement speed in Fallout New Vegas, I haven't watched any of your content. Previously, I was a regular viewer. That action alone put such a sour taste in my mouth to this day.
Okay, bud.
I don't even dislike you or your personality necessarily. I myself hold Fallout New Vegas up to a high regard, and I understand you probably never wanted to play it but had to for content. You probably think I'm just being silly, but even so, watching any other video of yours just sours my mouth now.
Okay, bud.
Glad you understand.
I don't understand you at all, bro. You sound like the kind of guy no one invites to parties because you're insufferable.
Then it's unfortunate I cannot make you see my perspective, but at least know the exact reason why I stopped watching. Guess you're the reason developers add super easy story mode difficulty into games nowadays.
That's hilarious that you think inclusive difficulty settings is a bad thing. It says a lot about you.
Yes, I openly mock people who unironically select the easy baby story difficulty.
This is why nobody invites you to parties.
I hated the goddamn Titanfall 2 campaign. The story was fine, but the parkour, I loathe the parkour in this game.
If you post your address, I'll send you a hammer to hit yourself with.
You voice makes me proliferate so hard.
If Booby is Lord Farquaad, then Blazkowicz is actually anti-Nazi as Shrek.
You know, trying to bully people out of watching your videos because of political ideologies is not a good idea for long-term growth.
After years of him breaking games just by touching them, one game finally stands up and breaks Willie Asso.
I'm convinced that Call of Duty is the video game version of that dungeon master who railroads the campaign and only lets his super cool, not self-insert DMPC do all the cool stuff.
Woo! Call of Duty! This is the stupidest thing they've ever done, and it's great. I mean, it's a good song, but I am gonna have to skip it, so sorry, chat.
What's the song at 1 hour, 10 minutes, 15 seconds that he skips over?
Darude Sandstorm.
We need you to infiltrate a Nazi base.
But I can't speak German.
Sorry, I don't speak shut up.
It's insane that they decided to name a new game the same as one from 13 years ago. Wow, I bet there's kids playing the new Modern Warfare who were born after the original. Bet that'll make you feel old.
If that was the case, then that means he or she would be 13 or younger.
Yeah, I played it when I was 12 or 13 at the time it came out.
That means you are 25 or 26.
Yes, that's how aging works.
Yes, I do know how Asians works, you dumb fucking idiot.
So, let me get this straight. I'm somewhere I wouldn't call the 50s. I'm seeing freaking robots, and I'm talking to my glove. That was physically painful.
Fuck this, man. I'd rather hear someone's grandpa experience in Vietnam rather to listen to this South Park antagonist influencer.
This isn't funny. I'm nearly halfway through this, and I've not so much as chuckled.
Do you want a medal or something?
Nah, just the 6 minutes of my life back.
No refunds. The game begins in Hope County in the fictional state of Montana.
Y'all made me Google if Montana was a real state.
Watching this all the way to the end just to hear your Ted Cruz jokes was totally worth pretending to poop for half an hour in the company restroom. Fuck Turd Cruz.
I just realized Willie Asso is supposed to be a play on the words for Willie Asshole. It all makes sense now.
Well, I think Will has a promising career in video game journalism when or if YouTube implodes. He certainly has the necessary skill level.
So when I played this a few years ago, I couldn't really told you any details about what was going on. You know, outside of the broad strokes. But that made sense, I guess like it didn't seem like it didn't make sense. It wasn't very good, but after listening to a play-by-play analysis of the plot, I am so confused. Was that actually happening the whole time? And it's the whole reason that I didn't realize that was happening a feature, possibly done with skill so that I didn't figure it out, lol. Or maybe I was just too distracted by Call of Duty gameplay being so thoroughly impactless in Time Crisis with horizontal movement controls. To Raven's credit, seems like it's slightly more impactful, and I think you can shoot the bodies now. But they still feel like they're made out of paper, and it seems like nothing that you do in this game actually has some sort of feedback correlating result that seems like you did anything, but it seems like it's better. But the big thing I remember is that they took away leaning in the third game because consoles, I guess. But anyhow, I'm just still mystified that I can be extraordinarily more confused about a plot that I can remember all of the sequences happening in the same order, but couldn't have recalled any of the details, and I swear that that was a feature of some sort of psychological level.
We're driven into the level by a Uber driver, but he gets hit by a rocket and we fall out. 2 stars.
I appreciate that he always gives his Ubers at least 2 stars for trying.
I can't believe Willie also kept playing the night missions in complete darkness when there's such a simple solution. Just turn the brightness and gamma all the way up.
I watched this while taking a bubble bath. 10 out of 10.
This game is great, however, it has no toggle aim option, so it gets a 0 out of 10. Spider-Man! Translate to English? Mr. Spider!
So, when you play games, are you purposely bad at them for comedy's sake? Whether it's Halo or any game, you always seem to choose the easiest difficulty or pay heavily with picking anything slightly harder. Or did I just inadvertently insult you? Sorry if it's number 2.
I knew it! I called it! Somebody's gonna look at this and go, God, this guy sucks at playing. I can't believe it's like he's never played a video game before. Is this intentional, or is he just really this bad? Sprint doesn't belong in a Halo game! Is something I randomly shout at people who are far away. If only there was a mechanism that allowed me to close that distance rapidly.
If it's been established that Willie also can't read, then how does he read scripts?
I just write the scripts and memorize it in my head, so I don't have to ever actually read it. Yeah, that excuse definitely makes sense.
I have a Barney army and you can't harm me, who do you voodoo bitch?
Doom guy, he's fighting a cyber K-Eopus Falcon Punch.
435, what's the song?
I'm not sure.
I saw a dude fall off a ladder while watching this video.
Oh, I know why. Sonic Forces, it reminds me of that.
Oh my god.
It reminds you of Sonic Forces?
How?
What?
How?
Honestly, I understand what Charles meant when he said Street Fighter reminds him of Sonic. Not saying he's right, but I understand.
It's very, very bad. The one thing I love is Strand, the insane power creep. They reversed it, honestly. If I'm 1800 and you're 1780 GL, you're dead and shot in half the activity. Because mine is high and your isn't, you can get a dick in the ass every 5 seconds. Had this happen so many times where they were under me, but the activity ovals to an auto at highest. They were one shot by Scions. Literally moving was death. I've never seen crap like that. Also, the campaign was so bad. So fast, small in one planet, no people, nothing. They insta-kill Rohan, make it insanely noticeable. It's going to happen, add Tormentors, but use them over and over again. The Cabal just have diff armor. No new enemy other than that. Scions, Cabal, same shit new year to any fanboy. Get fucked at this point. It's dumb. It's not just dumb, it's insanity. Same thing over and over, expecting something new.
If you enjoy the video and hate Nazis, don't forget to like and subscribe.
What happens if I like the video and like Nazis though?
Kanye disliking the video.
How was torture bad? 100 Acre tells Caesarion that he was visited by D's.
Who the hell is D's?
Darude Sandstorm.
I don't know if anyone will understand me. I know the game itself isn't the best, but IMO, this game isn't really made for Americans.
So you hate the British. Downvoted, I dare you to say you hate Mexicans, Indians, Africans. Get the point? Not funny. Unsubscribed.
Yes, dumbass people did call him a guys before you played the monologue for Game in the Lord. They actually do call him, they did call him a gas, has kept that hidden from us, and I'm laughing at your stupidity saying completely accurate assumption like I immediately assume this is the same game and same story. No, it isn't, you dumbass. It's a reboot. It definitely feels different from the original Modern Warfare for a loser.
This was definitely wasn't on Veteran because he didn't die every 3 seconds.
Or maybe I'm just really good.
I think most of your problems stem from playing on the harder difficulty and expecting to just run through everything. Maybe just play the normal difficulty at that point, and also it's a setup story for future content. It's just like how some first movies are not as good because they have to set up a backstory and such, and when you see the next movie there is more of the good stuff since there isn't build-up needed. This is like a whole new story arc with The Witness, so it's going to take some time to properly set it up.
Listen to some awesome music.
First in Flight, that is the song.
Druid Sandstorm. So did Black Mesa have a patent for security guards who reproduce through mitosis, or...?
That's a nice argument, Willie, also. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is trust me. How do you keep having that many bugs and glitches? I played this game less than a year ago and I only got one glitch once. What kind of eldritch god did you upset to get that many?
I admit that Ghost's new leak really grew on me. Especially when he wears a helmet.
Good soldiers follow orders. That's not necessarily a good thing. Look at Hitler's soldiers.
I just bought Halo Collection on sale, and I have no idea what Halo really is about, but I didn't know the Master Chef is actually played by Robert De Niro, which makes it more interesting now.
Still can't decide whether or not I like your videos. That being said, I still watched the video all the way through, so I guess I played myself.
Oh my god, I heard Jesus, hey.
I fell off a ladder watching this video.
So what Pokemon is your last name?
Hearing people guess is the fun part.
Jigglypuff!
Regigigas.
Tony, I know you read all these, Will, so let me give you a hot take. Whenever I get a new Call of Duty game, I always play through the campaign first. When I was younger, it was a good way to practice and get a handle for the guns before hopping into the multiplayer, so I've played every campaign since COD 4. I thought that Black Ops 3 had the absolute worst campaign story until I played Modern Warfare 2019. It started off really good for a game claiming to be modern warfare. It conducted operations that were feasible, cover and move, slow clearing a compound, you know, the 13-hour section. But about halfway through, cracks started appearing in the narrative. It seemed like the devs went back to the old reliable equation of the Russians were actually the enemy all along. Don't ask questions. They aren't even trying to be subtle anymore with their agenda. Hold up, I just spent the first half of the game deleting a modern day enemy in a modern day way, but now we're gonna take a left turn and instead of conquering a fictitious desert country with a violent radical enemy, we're now going to start a relationship with that same enemy because of mean Russians. Every time the game made me play as Farah, I was praying for a skip button. I don't care for a completely uninteresting character. A Middle Eastern feminist doesn't exist. The entire Prison Break section was complete garbage. Her origin story, how she somehow best a mountain of a man as a child, was just a laughable mess. Everything she did in the game was a dumpster fire story-wise. I genuinely wish there was a death counter for each character you play as. The amount of time I spent getting her purposely killed during the waterboarding section alone was probably a couple of hours. It was the only part of the story that was bearable, just to see how many different creative ways I could get her in the line of fire. It doesn't hurt to look at the voice actor for Farah and just how much sway she had over the story too. You wouldn't think her opinion had much impact on the way a AAA story with millions in the budget went. The fact that Call of Duty is starting to associate with PC culture and being woke on the issues of today does not bode well for the future of the franchise. They should have only had ex-military story writers, people who have lived the horrors of Modern Warfare, to write the story for modern war. This stuff is targeted at primarily teenage to mid-20s guys. We don't give a shit about atrocities. Let me borrow something from Call of Duty itself, changing it only slightly. We have no rules, no boundaries. We don't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. We're not loyal to a flag, or country, or any set of ideals. At the end of the day, the target audience has a little Makarov in us all. How else do we explain the complete and utter brutality of OG Modern Warfare 2 era lobby trash talk? At the end of the day, anyone who was active back in those days looks back in nostalgia at what this franchise used to be. The devs can attempt to live a little edgy through their campaigns and their skippable, morally challenging sections, but they'll never be able to replicate what they once had. Give me a AAA Call of Duty game where we can cause a firestorm in modern-day Iraq because we just watched one of our beloved main characters get beheaded by a ruthless villain, where we drop napalm or white phosphorus on a village where we know this son of a bitch is hiding, then make our character walk through the atrocity to confirm the kill. Give me 7 hours of non-stop war crimes, because that's what a video game is for. We do it on multiplayer all the time. Just do it for the campaign as well. Is it a wonder why games like GTA have such huge audiences? Everyone has some Trevor in them. We enjoy a little chaos.
Why did this video have to be so political?
You know what Wolfenstein is about, right? Oh, please, not an AC-130 mission. It's so blurry and boring. My least favorite things. Well, and coconuts, but that's not really relevant. Will, I don't mean to alarm you, but the C in AC-130 stands for coconut.
You really need to work on how you review games, because if you're just being mean at this point, if I just left on the comment section on every live stream, your videos are bad, the audio is dog shit, get a better computer, throw out that mic and things like that, it's not really going to do much for you, isn't it? The game is not bad, it just has some bugs and problems. It's their first game, this is going to happen, the story is interesting, the environment looks good, and the physics are cool, it's a decent game.
Gameplay is not that good, but the world, atmosphere, and theme are just beautiful. Never felt this good to support evil Russian people by buying a game.
This video is my first introduction to this game except for a handful of memes and a few times where I played at my classmate's house.
I'm sorry.
I was prepared to enjoy this video until about 3 seconds in. I think you should lay off the soy for a bit, man.
The best part about this game is it's so easy to avoid spoilers online because no one tolerated this shit long enough to see the ending.
You're the only guy in the world who complains about the smallest things in a game. Like for Black Ops 1, flashing light, this game war crimes, and same for Modern Warfare 19, also war crimes. I just don't get it.
What happened to Mass Effect 2?
What happened to your face? Okay, in all seriousness, Mass Effect 2 is actually recorded. I just haven't edited it because the first video didn't do so well and I wanted to focus on something else.
Correction on 39 seconds. Montana's actually a real state, but I get it since Montana is kinda not known.
Who should go on the Resident Evil 4 completely accurate summary thumbnail?
My mom!
Your mother asked not to be included, sorry. Recently, I played through Mass Effect with the help of some friends that I drove insane by playing this game the worst way possible. If you're a fan of the series, you might want to look away. Or lean in close and watch the train wreck unfold. What's that Ozzy Osbourne song again? Darude sensed, oh no, they got me.